Yeah, we are live.
Okay, just a second. I'm going to go live even on Facebook now. Just a second. Okay, looks like, all right, we're live. Um, Looks like it's not going into Facebook, but it is going into
YouTube.
uh,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Take it over, Prachi.
Okay. Good evening and namaskar to everyone. I'm Dr. Prachi Beriwala, country advisor, G100 Wellness and Wisdom. And like every month, this month also we have a new flower in our bouquet. And this time, thanks to Dr. Rajeshwari, we came up with a very, very different topic. It is the ancient wisdom we follow in India, and in together we call it as alternative medicine. And these alternative medicine are the alternative healing practices what we follow in our country, right? In India. And the acronym given to is Ayush. So where A stands for Ayurveda, Y stands for Yoga and Naturopathy, U stands for Unani, S stands for Siddha, and H stands for Homeopathy. So I don't want to steal the show. And right away, I would like to invite Dr. Rajeshwari. Dr. Rajeshwari, please take over and give us more wisdom on this alternative medicine. Thank you.
You're
Rajeshwari ma'am,
muted.
you're always muted. Yeah.
You're muted.
Huh. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this webinar on alternative medicines. And here we'll be discussing about their experiences, and it's an honor that to have all of you here as panelists here. And today we have with us Nadimpalli, and she is the India country chair. And let me
please,
introduce.
please introduce yourself, and then then let everybody else also introduce. So you can start with yourself, and then you can give the. You're you're muted.
Am I audible? Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we have with us all the panel members. But let me introduce myself first. I'm Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata, a senior homeopathic consultant and an academician, was a former dean, and now founder of the Art of Healing Gurukul. I have my social venture, Ghar Ghar Homeopathy Project initiative, and this initiative is a mission 1 million from Gujarat to Guwahati and Kashmir to Kanyakumari. We are spreading the awareness of first aid homeopathy and CPR through this initiative. You can also visit the website, which I'm going to put in the comments, and you can book an online consultation through that. Also, we have with us Nadimpalli, who is G100 Oneness and Wisdom India Country Chair. Hello, ma'am. Nice to have you. And she is a professionally an architect, but found her passion in designing sustainable and natural clothing. And she is the founder of women-inspired art apparel. Her women empowered atelier and concept store can be found online, and she creates magic out of the fabric to form scarves and wearables. And to own these beautiful pieces of incredible work, you just have to visit the website, which will be given in the comments. And you can also find her on Facebook at 3 a.m. Inspiration. And now we also have Dr. Prachi Beriwala. She is an educator, counselor, author, and researcher and country advisor at G100 Oneness and Wisdom. And she has rich experience in academics. We also have Priya Virmani. She's an author and wellness consultant, an orator, and TEDx speaker, stage show curator, the CEO of Mindful Luxury Travel Company. A versatile figure, As a wellness practitioner, she works with her clients to transition them from the energy of the rat race of spaces of grace to spaces of grace. And here, she has a purpose and vision that her children's charity and her travel venture helping solo women to travel more. And she loves traveling, especially untrodden paths, as she mentions. And she has her website. In the comments, you can watch the website also. And we also have our Sudha Odipodi, that is, she is a backbone of this webinar because she is managing it technically, our Mumbai West Zone Chair member. And she's the founder of the Learning Spot Academy, where math is made fun to learn. She is our technical support for our today's panel discussion. Then we have the Ceylan Tutan from Kurdistan, and she is an advisory member of the Security and Defense Wing at G100. By profession, she is a civil engineer, and she also develops a deep passion for aromatherapy and been practicing aromatherapy for a long time, more than 5 years, and supporting the health and well-being of her family, friends, and herself. Now, seeing a positive impact on people, she also is there to guide others to experience the benefits of these essential oils and also to promote the holistic healing. We also have Geetika Dadwwaani. She is a tarot life coach and trauma healer and an NLP expert. She is a founder of the Shakti Success Hub, and she is on a mission to empower young women to manifest clarity and self-reliance in their life. She is also an advisory member, State Advisory Council, Uttar Pradesh at G100. Okay, myself, I am the Pune Advisory Council of G100. Welcome everyone. And today we are going to start with this panel discussion on different points and share our experiences. So I invite, first of all, Nadimpalli to share her experiences about the holistic medicine and how she, goes on with it. Yeah.
Hello, thank you so much, Rajeshwari. This is such an honor for me because I am being a country chair. It feels like I have so many arms. All of you supporting our amazing cause of G100, Oneness and Wisdom. And all of you are coming from all over the world. and this gives me so much energy. But just to come back to your answer, why did I get so excited when Dr. Rajeshwari uh, suggested this topic? Because for me, I was healed, even though I was taking so many medicines through other ways. This was back at 20 years ago. I was healed mostly thanks to homeopathy and Reiki. I feel that I got a new holistic life. And this was after allopathy basically gave up on me. And this was I was suffering through endometriosis, from severe endometriosis for many, many years, and a lot more other things that came with it. And I basically took the plunge into homeopathy and Reiki, and my amazing homeopathy doctor. I'm going to name it right now, Tejomai Panangipalli. She lives in Bangalore, and yeah, she and her mother, they rescued me, I would say, and gave me a new life because of homeopathy. And at the same time, my mom is a Reiki master, and so we went through this whole healing session, and that's what got me back on my feet. uh, Literally from the abyss that I was. So yeah, so I have not just faith, but I have a lifelong experience with it, which and that's why I always support it. I always have full faith. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience, Anu. And here we are going to also call upon Dr. Prachi Beriwala to share her experience.
I think I have been living with Ayurveda medicines for past 11 years. I was able to, like lifestyle disorder, bad lifestyle, and like while I was, on the fag end of my PhD, I developed PCOD and thyroid, and I was able to reverse it through Ayurveda. Like, I don't take any medications anymore for that. Then recently, I had an eye stroke, and medicines were not helping me out. So Ayurveda helped me, and my cyst got dissolved. And like, if I talk about my family history, like my husband had a slip disc, which 12 years back, and when surgery was the only thing, but Ayurveda again helped, and we were able to escape the surgery, and by God's grace, touchwood, he's doing pretty fine with all that. So I think my experience with Ayurveda in terms of anything what is happening to me from past 10 years, because I maintain a very bad lifestyle, how much ever my doctor tells me. I think it's a magic. I would say it's a magic. So, like a lot of things, and it has actually taught me a lot of things, it has taught me self-healing, how to identify the problems in my body, how to, get rid of problems in my body naturally. And like, my doctor has also taught me the process of manifestation, and, like kind of healing your own self. So I'm immensely grateful to the doctor and Almighty, like, who actually see diseases you can't, escape. But, like, I actually got the right doctor at the right time. So I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great experience. Escaping a surgery is very much beneficial for a patient, like with medications and with holistic medicine.
Yeah.
uh, it's great experience you shared. But in medicine, when a magic word is given by the doctors, it is a taboo. We can't spell out magic and for any treatments. And when patients say it, really it is a very appreciable thing. Of course, when you feel like magically your disease has disappeared by the treatments, each treatments, it's really great. Now, let me call upon all other panel members one by one. Please share about your specialty and what inspired you. Just 2 minutes each. You can just explain it in brief. So, may I call Geetika Dadwwaani?
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Rajeshwari, and thank you, everyone. I am really very grateful for this panel discussion. And what inspired me taking up this in what I do is that as it is related to today's topic, that I was also very much in my hustling culture while I was in college. So
Mhm.
I have relied on spirituality from that time, where I've started chakra healing, where I've started meditation in my day to day lifestyle practices. And it has helped me to overcome stress, anxiety, and improve my productivity and grades. My health also gets improved. And from then on, my healing journey started.
Mhm.
Right. And I was at that time also taking some medications and all that of stress, anxiety, but all they just I don't know when I have left leave them all, and when I have included these little by little lifestyle habits, inculcated healing,
Mhm.
and now I am also into tarot life coaching and emotional healing, where I heal emotional blockages to live a healthier, happier, and more purposeful life,
Mhm.
uh, more happier life. So this is my passion also now.
That's great. Now, let me invite Ananya Bhattacharya to share her experience, her speciality, and what inspires them in this field.
Thank you so much for being a part of this panel discussion. And thank you so much, Dr. Rajeshwari, Dr. Prachi, and Anudeep. I'm Ananya Bhattacharya. I'm a nutritionist, life coach, and a shadow master healer. Well, my inspiration began at the age of 19 when I experienced an early attack of rheumatoid arthritis. I was selected for a regional level of mountaineering camp, and that is when my arthritis was detected. I remember myself to be bedridden for almost 6 months. In hospital, the doctors could diagnose the problem, but the allopathy medicine did not help me. The only submission I was given was penicillin injections for 3 times a day. Penicillin injections were pushed, and the condition was not improving. My father took me out of the hospital in 10 days or 12 days, I remember. And I just remember the dietitian who was helping me out with the diet. And I was in my graduation. I was in my second year of my college. And that is when I decided to become a nutritionist who can wholesomely talk about how food, which is a part of nature, can nurture us in a wholesome way. And from there on, I think in 2 3 years time I was able to reverse the rheumatoid arthritis, though at not that time I got healed through Ayurveda, not through allopathy. But when I completed my masters, I just remember that I understood, because I also got PCOS later on and thyroid. I later on understood that autoimmune disorders come to women who are people pleasers, who just accommodate a lot of things that people just keep throwing onto us. I just keep, accommodating and accommodating too much. That is when the other modalities of healing also helped. And that's how I became a nutritionist who came into life coaching and healing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that is true. Autoimmune diseases usually affect people who are people pleasers, because it is self-sabotaging, and that's what happens in autoimmune diseases, where the cells destructs its own cells of the body. And yeah, true. And that is how homeopathy also works. So before calling others, I would like to explain what homeopathy is, because I'm a homeopathic consultant, and homeopathy works on the basic principle called as like cures like. So here, as per Ayurveda, as it is said, Vishya Vishyanti Samayati, like a snake, previous in ancient times, when there is a snake bite, the Vaidyas used to call the snake, and the snake used to come by some means and again take out the snake poison, or they used to make medicine out of poison, snake poison, and then cure that person. So this was how in the ancient times it happened, as explained by my grandmother. One of our forefathers had that ability to bring back the snake, and the snake used to come and draw out the poison from that person who was bit by a snake. So that was how it used to happen. So it is based on this.
Something happened? I think you're right.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, she's
Uh,
yeah,
can we invite, in the meantime, Dr. Mahi? Would you like to share your experience with naturopathy?
right. She's yeah.
Sure. So, first of all, good evening to everybody from India. I'm Dr. Mahi Gupta here, the co founder of Cure Essentials. I am a naturopathy and yogic physician, and Cure Essentials is a global wellness platform. And it's completely dedicated to helping people, transform their health journeys through the power of natural medicine, yoga therapy, and mindful living, like we're all already talking about. So my specialty lies in guiding people through some of the most delicate phases of their lives, like prenatal, postnatal times, or infertility struggles, or maybe call it lifestyle medicine, where you get in the diabetes, your hypertension, or even autoimmune disorders, like you have mentioned. And I personally believe that health is not merely, just the absence of disease, but a state of complete balance. It has to be physical, mental, and spiritual as well. That's why we bring in yoga here. So when you ask me what really inspired me to take this path, is that I've always been fascinated actually by the human body's, the innate intelligence to heal itself. since I've always been from a science background itself. And only if we allow it the right environment, the food, the movement, and most particularly the mindset, that is where you can actually achieve the innate intelligence of your body itself. And while the modern medicine, of course, saves lives in emergencies, I saw personally that many chronic issues, many lifestyle disorders, again, women's health challenges were crying out for, a gentle, a more holistic, a sustainable approach. So this is what has actually pulled me towards naturopathy and yoga. And these sciences are not just, to treat the symptoms. They empower people to become their own healers itself. And that's how I had started Cure Essentials. That's how it was born from this vision itself, to bring together the natural healing methods, so many of them, doctor-led yoga therapies, nutritional counseling, mental counseling, modern wellness practices itself, mud therapy, hydrotherapy, aromatherapy, like mentioned, massage, and a lot more, which actually is there. So we make it accessible to people globally. It's with people across the world, virtually providing them all the personalized program. And I think my greatest joy is not just in treating patients alone, but in fact seeing people regain control over their health and discover their strength and also live with confidence. For me, I think being a naturopathy and yoga doctor is not just a career. It's I would say it's a calling to bring back the faith in nature, in the body, and in the human spirit itself. So yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Mahi. It's lovely to know at a young age you are doing wonders. All kudos to you. May I invite now Geetika Dunn. Ceylan?
Hi, everybody. Thank you for the invitation. Do you hear me?
Yes, you're audible, my dear.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice to meet you all. I am Ceylan from Kurdistan and I live in Barcelona. I am a civil engineer. Actively, I am doing professionally my engineering work. It has been almost 6 years that I learned and I'm actively practicing aromatherapy. What inspired me, actually, I have a friend. She lost her two legs during the Islamic State attack, and she lost her two legs. When I meet with her, she was totally depressed, and she just wanted to die. But later on, when I met with her after a few years later, she was so happy, so powerful, full of joy, energetic. And I asked, what happened to you? What made it to you? She said, aromatherapy. And she opened her aromatherapy case, and she started showing me, this is what heals me. And she prepared me a special mix. And from that time, I started using, and I love it. And I decided to learn deeply what is the aromatherapy, what I was totally connected with the nature, actually, and I was interested in to learn more. And I learned that basically I worked on myself because I was not that much connected with the world, and it helped me a lot to connect this world, to be grounded. This life is a gift for us, enjoying any moment that we have. Get over the stress, anxiety, and uh, I believed in, after aromatherapy, most I believe in the nature and believe in the how powerful the flowers, and especially how stronger smelling, how smelling is affecting our decision, our emotions, deciding our life. How I see how it's powerful, and I have been using for myself, for my friends, for my family, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful to know. Oh, very good. Very nice. Like, good to know your experiences. Anu, would you like to go ahead with the game we had planned?
Yes. We actually have another person left.
Oh, I'm
She
so
just
sorry. I didn't
joined
see.
in. Priya.
Yeah, Priya.
She
Yeah.
had told us that she'll come a little late.
Yes,
So
yes.
thank you so much, Dr. Priya Virmani. Right? Am I right? Okay, I got you right. Okay, please unmute yourself. Let's have her next.
Yes, it's a joy to meet you. Thank you so much. Would you like me to give an intro into my work?
Yes, Priya, please go ahead.
So, I'm a wellness consultant where I work at reimagining wellness and transforming lives. What do I mean by that? So, the saying goes that there is light at the end of the tunnel, but we all have to go through that tunnel. I believe that we can work on our inner selves in such a way that we become our own light when we are traveling through the tunnel and not wait till the end of the tunnel, where we often are reliant on external factors or things working out in the external outside world. Let's work on ourselves. Life is such that no matter who you are, no matter where you're located, we all go through ups and downs, vicissitudes, and inevitably, each one of us will experience pain in some form or the other: physical, mental, emotional, psychological, environmental. If we can learn to reframe that pain and make it our power, pain becomes your superpower. So I work with my clients to help them turn their caterpillar struggles into butterfly wings. And isn't a garden beautiful when you have an abundance of butterflies and butterfly wings?
Oh my God, that's amazing to know, Dr. Priya. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank
I'm really pleased, like that so many high profile people and like now people with a very different version of wisdom are there in the panel today. Dr. Anu, Anu, shall we go ahead with that?
Yes, you couldn't have said it better, Prachi. And I have to say, this is a uniquely premier. I'm going to take all the credit. I mean, no, I'm not going to take all the credit, but I'm going to share this amazing news with you guys that being the country chair, it's such an amazingly humble feeling and exciting feeling to see that all of you are coming from so many places around the world, and this is I'll save a little bit more for my thank you part at the end, but yes, absolutely. And this gives me an opportunity to give you all a little bit of a challenge, and that's where Prachi, what you're talking about, playing a game. What I was suggesting was, uh, how about uh, we take one illness, something, like uh, all of you addressed each pain and each illness so beautifully. But I'm going to, just for the audience, what I'm going to say is indigestion. Okay, simple things like indigestion, which can, how, I mean, I face it, and believe me, sometimes that can be the worst thing some days, right? When we are getting ready for something amazing, and then this really tiny little thing can be such a pain. So how would each one of you tackle that? So anyone wants to jump in, please unmute yourself, and yes, go ahead. And yeah, you can just go ahead,
Uh,
come in.
mom's
Indigestion, how
recipe.
would you talk?
My mom's recipe. It's black salt, methi, that is fenugreek seeds, and ajwain seeds. That's it. With a warm water.
Excellent. Anyone? Just jump in, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
super. I would, I always suggest, or I also do that. in case I feel it is too much of indigestion that I'm facing, I just soak like a tablespoon of carom seeds or ajwain seeds in a little bit of hot water, stew it, and just strain and drink it. Or just take a few carom seeds, a teaspoon with a little bit of black salt, and just chew it. Both of them are equally good for indigestion.
So just to clarify, ajwain means oregano. Oregano
No,
seeds.
ajwain means carom seeds.
Oh, it's a carom seeds. Okay,
Yes.
okay. I thought. Okay, good. Thanks for clearing that up. And I saw Priya, Dr. Priya, lift up your hand. So please go ahead.
Yeah.
Next.
So in my wellness work, I just want to put context. I work as an integrated holistic wellness consultant. And in all the modalities that I have studied, and to take a holistic approach, indigestion, often looking at the cause, it begins when there is something about our lives that we are not able to digest. Usually an emotion, which in Sanskrit or Hindi we call a bhavana, something we are finding difficult to process. It could be a person, it could be something internal about how we're feeling about ourselves. It could be a situation, an environment, a past memory, a future anxiety. So I would like to, when I work with my clients over a long term, I always look at how they are processing their lives, an aspect of of their life that they are unable to process, that becomes manifest over as often chronic indigestion. Coming to fast relief, quick tips that are safe and from the natural world. You all shared such beautiful ones. I would just like to add to that, saying that with Ayurveda especially, what is extremely important is when you soak cumin, fennel, and coriander seeds. So that's dhania, jeera, and saunf in hot water overnight. The key factor about it activating our digestive fire or agni, imagine the sun's energy is what powers our metabolism, is having it empty stomach first thing in the morning. That's the game changer. And the other thing is having a dry ginger before meals. A little bit of dry ginger powder before meals, that also helps hugely with your digestive agni or the digestive fire and the digestive metabolic process.
Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. This is so much fun. Okay, I think I saw Ceylan next. I may have, yeah, I think I saw Ceylan.
Yes, I mean, it could be nice to have clave,
Cloves.
cloves tea. If you can do it, it's also good for digestion. Even the dried one, if you take your mouth, it's just taking in your mouth for a while, it will help you for digestion.
Excellent. Thank you.
I'd like to add on to
Yes,
something.
please
Yes.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Mahi.
So, according to me and according to naturopathy and yoga, as rightly said by Dr. Priya, it's not just a stomach problem. It's, of course, seen as a dim digestive fire, the agni of our body. And that very flame is what, transforms into energy, into thoughts, emotions, and even immunity. So, when we look at this, we have something called the gut-brain axis, which plays a very major role in, building everything we have. So it's about something about inner stagnation. Energy becomes heavy, the mind becomes foggy, and the emotions just get restless. So when we properly break down indigestion, it's of course less absorption of food. There'll be gas, there's heaviness, acidity. But when we say it on a deeper level, we need to know why did the fire weaken after all. So that's where we talk about mindful eating, eating in a hurry, and having different types of food combinations, which is where nutritional counseling is very important. Suppressing your natural urges or late night snacks and such. So, of course, we can take in these remedies as you had mentioned, but I think the best thing to do for indigestion is fasting. Just let your stomach heal itself. The body knows what to do. So just fast, let your stomach heal itself, and maybe a warm water pack on your abdomen will work wonders, because that's going to improve the circulation which will later lead to better absorption as well.
Yes. Yes, I want to add something if the panel would allow.
Yeah, sure. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
as an emotional healer, apart from, fasting, or at least I would advise that to avoid late night meals specifically and have a simple ginger tea, or, as some of the panelists have also suggested about the cumin seeds and the saunf, or we say to have some light like buttermilk or something for the night and avoid late night eating. Apart from that, second is about the emotional release. As Dr. Priya has also mentioned, that sometimes it's not only about the physical food, but also the heavy emotions that we carry in our body. So I would suggest emotional release meditation or emotional decluttering. And for that, I just give them affirmations and journaling prompts so that they can release and declutter themselves and have a good sleep, at the same time, proper digestion.
Excellent. I see Dr.
Excellent.
Rajeshwari is back. You're the homeopath. Come on,
Yeah.
please
So I
offer
would
yours.
thank you, Anu. So here, thank you for carrying forward in my absence. Yeah, as a homeopath, I would like to tell you that the concept of like your likes, and in homeopathy, we also have the concept of miasms, like Vata, Pitta, and Kapha in Ayurveda. In the similar way, in homeopathy, we have the Sora, psychosis, and syphilis, and combinations of these. And apart from these, we also study the individual mentally, is constitutionally, as well as the whole life cycle. How since he was in his mother's womb, and his genetics, that is fathers and forefathers. So depending on the type of disease. Now, when we are talking about indigestion, the holistic concept here, we study the constitution of the person. We also understand his lifestyle. So there are people who lead a very sedentary life, as we were discussing earlier. So depending on that, now there is a medicine called as Nux vomica, if you know it or not. Nux vomica is suitable for sedentary life people and with the irregular, lifestyle. Like they will eat at irregular times. They are very much like, this is called as an executive remedy, or just a remedy of CEOs, where they have a very difficult lifestyle. They are into sedentaries, sit the whole time on the desk job, and then attending meetings and all, and coming at late night. There are parties they attend, they have alcohol, and all these things, this kind of lifestyle. And here Nux vomica is a frequent remedy which we give in homeopathy to these people, and it works very wonderfully. Indigestion, acidity, hyperacidity, and it works very wonderfully. And really, this is a wonderful remedy for acidity. You can try it all in. Also, I recommend it in the first aid kit. So many times, people ask me what can be the first aid for this. When we often suffer from acidity, and when we are on travel or somewhere, suddenly this spell of acidity comes, and what should we do? Then Nux vomica is the remedy which you can have it in the potency, 30th potency. Okay. Along with that, I also recommend the lifestyle changes like others have suggested. Having probiotics is one of the very good thing to have your gut cleansed and strengthen the gut. So probiotics in the form of curds or buttermilk is very good for your gut health. Okay. So this is what I suggest for indigestion.
Excellent. Thanks for playing the game. All of you won.
Can I just add
Yes,
something
yes,
there?
of course.
Yeah.
Something really simple but extremely powerful is just a gentle 10-15 minute walk in nature, whether it's trees, whether it's a meadow, a garden, a field, a water body, a pond, a lake, a river, any form of exposure to the energy and healing powers of nature. If it's severe indigestion and you feel even a 10-15 minute walk is not possible, just sit and bathe yourself in natural energy. Just see how when you come back after those 30 minutes, your entire system has a different kind of energy and song to it.
Beautiful, beautiful. I
I'd
know it
like
seems
to
like
actually add,
a fairy tale or something like which we can't imagine in this fast life or life of a rat race.
I'd
Because
like
I've been with so many patients, I see that they want a very faster relief, and when I recommend them these kind of changes, lifestyle changes, or do this and that, do meditation, do some walking, do some journaling. Oh, kaha, madam, where we get the time to do all this, such things, with such a fast life, and
Right.
it becomes
I'd
very
like to
difficult,
just
even though we
add
suggest.
another point here.
Right. Yes, please go ahead,
Yeah.
Mahi.
So as
Uh,
she was mentioning, maybe you don't get enough time to, walk outside or do something like that. Yoga has all your answers. You can do it right inside.
Yes,
It takes 5 minutes to do an asana. You can do it quick. And one thing which we
yes.
need to remember is when the mind eats, the stomach rests. And when the stomach eats, the mind has to rest. So there are a lot of yoga asanas which you can do. Vajrasana being the superpower, which you can eat, the only asana which you can actually do after food. It aids digestion, removes any sort of acidity that's going to cause, or you can go with Pavan Muktasana. It removes any sort of indigestion in the body, releases the air that's been blocked. And pranayama, Brahmari pranayama, it in fact activates the vagus nerve, which will in turn improve your digestion, and Kapalabhati as well, improving your Agni, the digestive fire itself. So this is something which you could just do in your room, sitting right there on your bed, anytime when you undergo indigestion.
Excellent. So I have one more point. So did everybody play the game? By the way, did I miss? I hope we didn't miss anyone. No? Everybody. Okay. Now, alternate medicine, we are coming from a world where, allopathy is up there, right? Everybody knows allopathy, and alternate medicine is still coming out in so many parts of the world, and not many people even know about it. And so this is an amazing group where we are not only educating but enlightening each other, and inspiring and being inspired by each other. So one question I have for you is, what is the biggest myth or what is the biggest misunderstanding that you hear generally? When you say you are in naturopathy or homeopathy or aromatherapy or whatever it is, what is the biggest, perception out there which is wrong, that you generally hear from your patients or anywhere, what that you have to fight usually? Uh, Is there
Well,
any?
thank you for the question. In my practice and in my experience and observations, it is really just underestimating the power of simplicity and our own healing power. So, just as someone on the panel said that the homeopathic doctor, that her patients say they don't have time to do the simple, powerful things. I have seen that when I work with people, especially when I introduce them to breath work, yoga asanas, like Mahi said, Vajra asana, etc., um, when they experience that taste, that higher taste, the highest taste, then you see on their own they start making space and time to include it, because then they realize somewhere that, is this life? Do we choose to make our lives all about submitting it to a rat race? Or do we want to start experiencing grace? To experience grace, you need this tool. We have an infinite cosmic energy that we draw from and we come from, but it's experienced in the finite tool of this body, which we have to keep healthy and working. So, just simple, powerful things and getting back the faith to ourself, which is cosmic created, and not pharmaceutical drugs, which are production line factory manufactured.
Yeah, so well said. One beautiful.
Yeah.
What else?
I would
Anything?
like to add.
Yes, please.
I would like to add, in homeopathy especially, people say that it's slow working, homeopathy is slow. Previously, it used to be considered that homeopathy works only for chronic diseases, for patients who have been suffering for, recurrently 2 years and more than that, certain diseases like skin diseases, joint pains, or whatever. So this is a misconception. That's why I started this first aid homeopathy and CPR. Because homeopathic medicines work for acute conditions as well. Where it gives a very fast relief. For example, I would say that a small child who came to me with a crushed finger injury, where you saw that I see that the finger is swollen, red and black and blue, and there's a lot of pain, and the child is screaming with pain, and you see a dose of arnica cured that swelling within 3 hours. The swelling went off, the black and blue appearance went off, and by evening, the child was playing again. So, this is how homeopathy works very fast. So, this is the very major misconception about homeopathy. And that's why this first aid course has started to make people aware that homeopathic medicines also work very fast, and you can use it as first aid so that you can replace certain allopathic medicines of which many people are allergic to, as they may have some side effects. So you can keep these homeopathic medicines as a first aid box, and we also customize those according to the patient's need. So that's it about one misconception about homeopathy.
Yeah, and just speaking with my own experience, I had chronic pain many years. I had severe endometriosis, and none of these medicines, allopathic medicines, were working. They were only making me plump and bloated and all the other stuff. And so the moment I got into homeopathy, my doctor, what she said was, it works on an energy level, homeopathy. And so what was happening was, we would do this incredible combination of Reiki and homeopathy, and I would be at one time, I would be in this horrible pain, where I cannot move, or I have, I don't know what God gave me, this incredible capacity to hold pain, to take it. So even though I would look like this, I would be in this excruciating, I would be on fire, uh, on my from my belly down, and I would just call her, and she would say, take this medicine, and in half an hour you'll be fine. And you won't believe, I would be counting those for half an hour, and it would be gone, be gone. And that was
Yes.
I literally call them magic pills because of
Yes.
that. I mean, for me, because they were all white, they're all sugary, they're all cute looking, and
Yeah.
they don't. I know that they're not going to hurt me. They're not going to make me. My earlier life, you should see. I mean, I
Mhm.
was, very bloated, and this one because of the other stuff, but other medicines that I was taking. But this would just literally, and then just to shift now from homeopathy. Uh, Again, I've suffered from chronic pain many years, so I'm speaking through experience. There was this one other person, again, alternate medicine. I don't know what she was practicing. One thing she told me straight away, she said, why aren't you saying no to pain? And that just blew my mind, because that is what yeah, it is all about, right? I mean, that is what each one of you are telling, that we hang on to this subconsciously, unconsciously. She says, why are you hanging on to this horrible pain? Why aren't you saying no to it? And that that one question was something that I had to ponder. I had to literally say, okay, am I doing this to myself? And that's what each one of you are teaching us right now, that we
I,
end up doing this to ourselves, obviously without knowing it, but subconsciously we are allowing, like how we started this show with Prachi, and so that is what I want all of you to leave this again.
I'd
we have
actually
to,
like to add on to
please,
something.
please go ahead.
Yeah. So, we are talking about alternative medicine. First of all, we do not need empowerment. That's not a word which is for us. We, as alternative medicine practitioners, or some where we follow natural therapies, these are millions. This has been working since millions of years, from the Vedas, by Maharishi Patanjali, from Shushruta. Allopathy is something which has just come.
Exactly.
So let me just tell you, we are high above allopathy or any other sort of medicine. And when we talk about alternative medicine, why even bring a disease in your body? We are preventive medicine. We are going to prevent the disease, not even let the disease happen to you. Why alternative medicine? So, one big myth which I have always been hearing from the patients or the clients is naturopathy and yoga are slow, they're not curing illnesses, and it's there are no medicines. How do we trust it? So, first of all, yoga was never invented to actually treat any disease. It was designed to elevate your consciousness, and as a byproduct, your body itself heals. And naturopathy is not just about giving medicine from nature instead of chemicals, it is all about removing what blocks the nature from healing within you. It's not about mud or water or fruits. The treatment is restoring the laws of nature which lie all within you, the pancha tantras, the fire, water, soil, everything that's inside you. So just imagine, there's a base of cement. You've put a rose plant in there, you're watering it, you're giving the best of sunlight, you're singing mantras. It's not going to grow, right? So what you have to do is remove the base. The soil itself is wrong. It's not about giving more water in naturopathy and yoga. It's about breaking the cement and returning back to soil itself. So these are not just treatments. This is about returning back to your original state, which has been completely covered from the modern medicine, or call it lifestyle problems itself. And coming to the slow part of it, have people ever experienced acupuncture? So it's a simple methodology where we use pricking methods, needles all over your body. There are thousands of meridians, and we prick those points, immediately giving relief to any part of the organ, any sort of diseases. So naturopathy and yoga is not slow. It has to be doctor led. It has to be clear what your base is, and returning you back to nature instead of just loading you with a lot of medicines itself. So let's call it
Rightly said.
preventive medicine.
Rightly said, Dr. Mahi
Excellent.
Gupta. Actually, as you said, that this is not alternative medicine.
Yes.
It is the primary ancient medicine, also a preventive medicine, and I would say that it is a complementary medicine,
Correct.
complementary in traditional medicine. This has to be included in the hospital alongside with allopathy and surgical methods, because we can't totally neglect some of the good things happening in allopathy as well as in surgery, because somewhere in some conditions we need to have surgery and also need to have some kinds of emergency medicines as well.
Definitely.
So there is a scope and limitation in every field of medicine. Okay.
Right.
So that's why I consider that integrated medicine is what the medical practitioners should practice, where we
Yes.
have to consult each other for the betterment of the patients. And this is what I've been fighting through for, the all the different kinds of complementary medicine should be allowed in the hospitals, where the patient should be referred to the respective fields to avoid economically to affect the patient, because some of these medicine systems are very economical for the patient as well as affordable, and it's very light and gentle on their bodies and mind. So
It's
along
completely non-invasive.
essential, yes,
They're
so
non-invasive.
essential surgeries
Yeah.
or whatever other allopathy offers, along with that, they need to integrate the complementary medicine into the hospitals, and it should become a necessary aspect,
Yeah.
essential aspect of the medical field. The government of health and welfare should understand this and implement it soon.
So true. I've basically been taking both allopathy and this, I always, do this, like you said, complementary, integrated. I think those are the right words to use. Exactly. Uh, Ceylan, you want to say something? I think you lifted up your hand. Did I see that?
Yeah, I was like kind of I think people is forgetting how smelling is affecting us. Firstly, psychologically, and the body is the instrument of the psychology. If you psychologically, if you don't solve something, then the body gives alarms. This kind of, I believe, illness became like this. It's like your body or your psychology is telling you something. If you cannot solve that issue and the body is alarming, and it's like in nowadays I see that the people in the nature, they are not getting that much ill, or they don't have that kind of issues. In general, what they do it is like people in general get lost in the big cities. We don't smell anything. If you are in the village, you smell the orange, you smell the flowers, many things, and you feel alive, you are connected. And we forget that. We don't smell anything. It's like in Barcelona, in general, I say in this city, it has been 2 years I live in the center. When I go out, it's just smelling rubbish. And I was getting nervous all the day. I was like, the first thing in the day, I am smelling garbage and ugly things. And it makes illness. Imagine that every day when I wake up, I just smelling my rose.
Yeah.
This is, I believe, what the big cities is making us. And it's like, for example, it's the smelling jasmine. It's just the flowers. It's just, we need is just flowers. When jasmine is the biggest antidepressant. You don't need to take medicine. When I say people, when they are in depression, I was like, try jasmine, it will help you. And they were like, no, they prefer going to take antidepressant pills. And they are like, they are not alone when they take antidepressant pills. But when I say use jasmine, it will help you, they were like, because I think somehow we lost the connection with the nature. It's our one of issue.
Absolutely.
So
Ceylan,
true.
what you said is right. We homeopaths also work on patients psychologically. I would say the homeopaths are good psychologists as well. And they work like, what you say, the spies, the spies who investigate crime or something like that. So they investigate the disease to the root cause, understanding the psychology of the patient.
Investigators, not spies.
Investigators, like investigators.
Private
They
investigators.
they would go into each and every aspect of the patient's life. In fact, the patient has to be cooperative in this case. Otherwise, the medicine which the doctor selects goes wrong if the patient is not cooperative. So what we do is we investigate the case on deeper aspects, on the mental aspects, the psychology, and the subconscious aspect, and also do the investigations, the blood reports. We study it 360-degree, and then we select the medicine based on the miasm and the constitution and all these results, and then we give the medicine, and it works so wonderfully.
Right.
This
is amazing. Yeah, go ahead, please.
I just wanted to say, she was talking about integrative medicine and about the place that surgery and allopathy has. Just wanted to share a very simple but very powerful case in point. So it has been shown that surgeons before surgery, and I'm talking about, some of the most cutting edge, technically difficult surgeries, brain, plastic surgery, etc. If they do a 5-10 minute meditation before the surgery, and they have done research where patients have done a 5-10 minute meditation or a deep breathing or mantra chanting before they enter the OT, the operation theater, the surgery results have improved and the patient's recovery has been better than those who went into surgery without the meditation. This is documented by research conducted.
Yes. There are documentations of people who have meditated and even did not need any anesthesia.
Oh.
So I would like to add here, my mom had a knee replacement surgery in Ahmedabad, and she was asked, like, what mantra would you like to hear during the surgery? and a very famous knee replacement surgeon, had actually played a Gayatri mantra during her entire surgery without any anesthesia. So, as
Wow.
Dr. Priya said, it is documented. I have had a live experience of my mom
Wow.
under knee
Wow.
replacement, and her recovery was just one day. Like she could use a WC, she could take the stairs right on the same day after the surgery. So yes, things
Wow.
are there which amaze us, which is out of our knowledge. But yes,
Yeah.
meditation and mantra chanting
Yes,
are very
coming to this point.
Right.
Yeah, coming to
Wonderful.
this point, we also have homeopathic medicines to be given pre-operative and post-operative. So
Wow.
these medicines also work depending on the condition of the patient. We give to prevent any excessive bleeding. Before the medicine, before the surgery itself, we give the medicine so that it prevents excessive bleeding. Many times it happens that after the surgery, the patient has a lot of bleeding. Before tooth extraction also, we give this medicine, and there is a very less pain, and there is no bleeding, excessive bleeding. Also, there is a medicine in homeopathy where we give it to prevent any post anesthesia effects. Like people have this, a lot of dullness and drowsiness after anesthesia for a long time. Even after this, the effects of the anesthesia won't subside for a long time, and then there will be constipation, especially after the surgery. When a patient is constipated, then they are given this, purgatives and other kinds of laxatives and all that. So that may also create a pressure on the intestines. But giving this homeopathic medicine can, very lightly and gently act on the patient, and they get natural stools within 24 hours after the surgery. So this acts very wonderful. I have given for so many patients post-operatively, and it works very wonderfully.
So, as mentioned by, I think, Ceylan, she had talked about the jasmine flowers. So, a few of my colleagues were just actually publishing their research paper on how jasmine flowers, just the fragrance of it, and just putting them together. I mean, you call it a gajra. So, just putting that together has helped with improving infertility problems.
Of
So,
course.
they have seen how the acupressure in the hands is contributing to that, as well as the fragrance of the jasmine flowers. And coming to the anesthesia part, there's also acupuncture anesthesia, which is widely followed in China even now. In the traditional Chinese medicine, they only prick the points, which completely make the body go numb naturally, without having to hamper with any sort of chemicals. And they go ahead with the surgery, and there are no side effects, nothing at all, once you just remove the acupuncture points, the needles.
So wonderful. These jasmine flowers, as you said,
Yeah.
these traditionally in South India, we, offer it to gods. Also during wedding seasons and all, the bride wears it, the ladies usually wear the jasmine flowers all the time, you know.
That's why
Anu
it has
Nadimpalli.
been seen in the statistics actually. South India, in South Indian women, usually infertility is seen very less compared to North Indian women, as the usage of these jasmine flowers is very high in South India compared to the northern part of India.
Yes.
Wow, you guys are teaching me so much. I'm like a sponge right now. Right? Okay, so I think I'm just seeing something for the future. I think Ceylan, and Mahi, Dr. Mahi, I think you two need to talk to each other about this jasmine flower research, right? I think you'll be very interested in, taking it further. I think both of you. And this has been such an incredibly inspiring.
To tell you about this, jasmine flowers as infertility, there are so many herbal things in India, especially, which act as infertility remedies, also as aphrodisiacs. So, I don't know how infertility cases are coming in India, being such a fertile land of so many traditions and so many herbal things, which are usually used all the way around. Maybe people have forgotten the traditions, right?
So, Prachi, do you want to say something and before we wrap this up? I don't want to wrap
I
it up,
just wanted to
seriously.
share my experience, it just happened that I had to meet a gynecologist 2 years back. And then she asked me what medications I take. So I told for this, I'm taking Ayurveda. And the statement what she made, you take Ayurveda and you'll rot in hell. After that, I have never seen any allopathic doctor, except for the dentist. Oh God, it was very harsh on me.
Yeah. See, that's the reason I asked this question, because there is a lot of ignorance out there, unfortunately.
Mhm. And I
And
think I believe, we should have a version 2 of this
I
alternative
completely
medicine.
agree.
This 1 hour is
Completely
not
agree.
sufficient, actually.
I think so, and I don't want to stop.
Yeah,
Seriously,
the
you
kind
guys.
of wisdom which is flowing in, it's like an eye opener. I don't think so.
Yeah,
This 1 hour is sufficing the
I
topic and
completely
the
agree. I
motive.
completely agree. I completely agree. And it's just that. So this is just speaking of this 1 hour that that Prachi is talking about. This is part of our monthly
Yes.
events that G100 Oneness and Wisdom India uh, puts on. Every month we have an event, and every month one of us picks a topic. And this month, Dr. Rajeshwari, actually, she picked this topic last month. And unfortunately, we didn't get enough response, just because maybe we didn't ask enough. So we said, no, 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 we have to take it to August. And I'm, I am truly humbled and blessed to have incredible response, not just from my Indian, uh, group, Indian women here who are right here, but also from our amazing global chair, Dr. Julia Dudenko. She's our global chair for G100 Oneness and Wisdom, and she and Dr. Harbin Arora basically just took this uh, topic. I said alternate medicine, and I gave them a small write up, and she just both of them just floated it around all over the place. And guess what, we got these amazing people, and Prachi started it, I think, right? You brought your amazing friend, Dr. Mahi Gupta, and Julia Dudenko and Harbin Arora brought in Dr. Priya and Ceylan. And actually, there was one more person. Unfortunately, she was feeling very bad that she couldn't join. And so this is what we are about. And we already have our beautiful G100 India group here, Ananya Bhattacharya and Geetika. What can I say? I mean, I feel like a small pawn, a small child, who's got all these gifts. People are just giving me all these gifts, and I'm saying, I just feel like hugging each one of you. uh, you know,
Let's give
like,
a
yeah,
virtual let's give a virtual
seriously.
hug.
Seriously, because all I had to do is say, ask, and say that, hey, we have this amazing topic. What do we do? And just, oh yeah, boom, 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 and look what happened. And so that's what. Just to, I just realized one thing. I have not introduced myself yet. So what I do, and thank you so much, Rajeshwari, for doing that. The reason I'm doing that right now, you'll know it right now, because I have this apparel industry, apparel thing I started, and I'm an artist and designer. It's called Woman Inspired. Okay, it's called Woman Inspired Art Apparel, and you know now why it is called Woman Inspired, because I have been so blessed to receive so much love throughout my life, from women like you, who are just pouring in. And that's what it's called, women inspired art apparel. I'm an artist, so that's it. That's all I'm going to say about myself. But having said that, thank you so much. t- to I'm going to start with Dr. Harbin Arora, who started off this incredible journey 11 12 years ago. I think maybe it's 13. I'm losing count, but so many years ago, where she identified this one thing that women like to do most, that is share and care, and inspire and be inspired. And so she started off this journey 11, 12 years ago, and she started this thing called the Economic Forum, Women Economic Forum. Please check it out. You can do a search and find out. And we are what we call um, ourselves is G100. So this is what she says is we are like five women in economic forum is got five wings, like five fingers, and one of them is called G100, and why what it's called global 100, and that's basically 100 wings of this global 100 wings, and we are one of those 100 called oneness and wisdom. And Ceylan, you're the global chair for one of the other wings. What's it called again?
Security and defense.
Security and defense. So this is the kind of wings we have, like 100 wings like this. It's called G100. And what we do is basically, inspire and be inspired. And you can join any of them. You can just knock, knock. I want to know more about your, whatever it is that you do, kind of thing. We, on the other hand, I'm the country chair, by the way. Forgot to tell that, right? I am the I am one of the countries. So of this G100 oneness and wisdom, and I'm truly blessed to say I'm the for country chair for India. So this is the kind. There are different countries that each of the wings have, and there are different wings. So like that. So and you want to know more? Please just call, just reach out to me. I uh, very happily share all the links with you and what exactly G100 is. And there are others. Like I said, we are only one of the five wings. So it's called the parent organization. This is all a non-profit organization, completely free, and it's called Women Economic Forum. And our founder is Dr. Harbin Arora, and my again I say my my global chair, mine. Okay, you're all mine. Okay, so so yeah, our global chair is Dr. Julia Dedenko, and all of we have about 55 countries in our group, and we have about 55 of us in our India group. So we are very, very excited, as you can see. So that's all I needed to say. Otherwise, all I do is sit in the background and absorb all the amazing, amazing um, knowledge and inspiring women that come uh, every month. So watch out. There's one more coming in September. And anybody wants to know anything, please approach me. And so, Rajeshwari, you want to close up?
Yeah, sure. So thank you for such a wonderful explanation and description of our WEF, Women Economic Forum, and its branches. Yeah, anybody who wants to reach out to Anu Nadimpalli can reach out to her and ask her for any kind of guidance to join this. Yeah. So to summarize in total, all of a wonderful panelists who have explained their experiences, described about various patient experiences as well. Thank you to all of you. And to summarize in short, this all the alternative medicines, so we call it as complementary traditional preventive medicine, which have to be integrated within the medical system, so that it provides a holistic approach to the patient and cures him or her of all the sufferings they are facing. So this whole person focus is what is called as holistic approach, which we all do, and considering all the dimensions of a person individually, that is physically, bodily, mentally, and spiritually as well, to enhance the healing process. Also, we focus on the root cause of the disease. So, the goal being to identify and treat the underlying causes of the illness, not just the symptoms on the superficial level.
Yeah.
Also, to increase the body's self-healing ability, to increase the immunity of the person. So all these therapies are based on the principle that the body possesses a natural capacity for self-healing. So let's all promote it. Let's increase our immunity and self-healing properties of the body. Finally, integrating this holistic approaches and practices, okay, will lead to much more betterment of a person's health. And these medicines, herbal medicines, you say aromatherapy or acupuncture, yoga, homeopathy, mind-body therapies like Reiki, you say NLP, and naturopathies, all these work for the mind, body, spiritual wellness. So let's all integrate these therapies into the main system and work coordinating with each other and make people's life more happier. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. This has been an incredible journey. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. And can I
Thank you so
also
much.
thank, I also want to thank Ananya. Ananya, thank you so much for sharing the experience of your mom's surgery, because reading data is something else, but a personal experience
Right.
brings it and embeds it in the heart within and makes it so real and tangible. And I want to thank you and wish your mom and you the best. Thank all the panelists. Thank you, Anu. Thank you to the lovely homeopathic doctor. Thank you, Prachi. And if anyone would like to learn more about the kind of work I do, I'm on the internet on my website, drpriyavirmani.com, or you can Google me as well.
And everyone, yes, this is a great idea. Please
Yes.
jump in and you have your own website. Please
Yes,
go
I
ahead.
have my website www.drrajeshwarirapata.com.
Okay.
You can go there and book an appointment through the link which is provided there.
Okay.
Yes, you're
Perfect.
welcome.
Mahi?
Yeah.
Dr.
So
Mahi?
first of all, thank you again to all of you for hosting this wonderful session. It was definitely a lot of wisdom. So all of you, anybody who wants to reach out or get any sort of help or just have a good well-being and lifestyle, you can check out my website www.cureessentials.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Ananya?
Yeah, thank you so much, all of you, once again, starting Anuji to Prachi to each and every one of you. Thank you, Priya, for mentioning. Yes, it was a personal experience that definitely I had to highlight. So anyone who would like to come across for help can reach out to me at www.ananyasnourishme.com, and they can also book an appointment through the website itself.
Excellent. Ceylan?
Actually, I am the representative of a products in Catalonia here. It is Vivasan Catalonia. If people wants to follow me on Instagram, Vivasan Catalonia.
I'm going to do that right away. By the way, Ceylan and I both of are in Barcelona, so we're going to meet in a few days.
Yeah,
Um,
so
Gi-
excited.
Geetika?
Yes, thank you everyone. Thank you Anuji. Thank you Dr. Prachi, Dr. Rajeshwari, and thank you everyone for all of your wonderful shares. And yes, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to my company's website www.shaktisuccesshub.com, and yes, you can connect me from there.
Finally, last but not least, Prachi.
I have nothing.
Who doesn't believe? Who believes that? Okay, she has nothing. She has everything. People who have everything, they say they have nothing.
I'm just a
That's very
message
sweet.
away. I'm a
You're a
counselor
professor.
basically,
You're a
like
counselor.
so anybody who needs who requires 2 ears so they can vent out, I'm there.
And a soul.
How beautiful. How
Okay,
beautiful.
no problem. And well, I have a company. I have a brand right now. It's called womaninspiredartapparel.com. So we will be putting all of your websites and whatever it is your contacts in this YouTube video that's live streaming right now. So we'll do that, and we'll anybody wants to reach, and you can uh, we can spread the word because I think it's high time that we did this. We need holistic medicine
Yeah.
more